Help me ducks, it's Simon here from the Hermit's Cave. Sorry, I laughed there because I just remembered somebody left me a message the other day saying every time I do this at the start of the videos, they do this too. And I just said that's lovely to think of people wherever you are in the world watching this, doing this. Interestingly, actually, it's just reminded me, I've been diagnosed with Dupuytren's disease. I only got the diagnosis yesterday. Basically, I don't know if you can see here, but there's like lumps, and it's the swelling of the tendon to this ring finger. And eventually over time that will connect, harden, and then my fingers will start to bend. I can have an operation. It's not at the stage yet where I need one. I can have an injection soon, but so far I'm able to do this at the beginning of my videos, but over time that will get worse and will affect this finger initially. Doesn't cause any pain. It's nothing too serious. I just, went for some blood results and I mentioned this. I don't even know if it's showing on camera, to be honest, but anyway, just reminded me when I was doing this. And if there's anybody out there watching this who has Dupuytren's disease, let me know how it affects you. And I've been doing lots of research on it, and the doctor sent me a link for some information too. Anyway, just before we talk about today's video, there's quite a few people who have shown some interest in my little ghosts. Now, they're not here because I've got a stand for them now, but when I do the lives on a Saturday, I'll put a little few extras in as well, look, little skull and a key ring, you'll see them. And I picked up a phantom. I've joined a Facebook group where they sell them because I can't always get to York. And I do love the phantoms. The phantoms are the one with the tears. And this is like a canary yellow. It's actually classed as green, but I think you'll agree with me, it's more yellow. So that's going on my little stand. Yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that because a few people say, I really love these York ghosts. Anyway, as you will have seen from the title of today's video, I wanted to share with you a deck that I had and gave away. No, I didn't give it away. I actually traded for it, for a different deck. And I think I've spoken many times before about the fact that I've let decks go in the past. Some I'm 100% sure of, I'm not going to work with it. I'll let it go and I don't regret it. Some I've let go of and I've ended up buying again because I've watched a walkthrough and I've seen people use it and I think actually maybe I was too quick. So one that springs to mind is like the Hush Tarot. But there was a deck that I had in my collection, an Il Meneghello deck. And I had the deck, I loved it, and there was and the tragedy is I can't even remember what deck I traded for, as in a deck that I wanted, but it was a deck that wasn't available over here. And I spoke to somebody in the US, also a content creator at the time. We must be going back to 2019, so about 6 years ago. And they said, I will get that deck for you if you trade with this deck. And I was like, oh dear. And then I had to sit and think about, do I want the deck more than this deck? And do I use this deck enough to keep it, as opposed to the deck that I wanted to get and would be using more? So I agreed to the trade, and it was one of those decks I've let go of that I instantly regretted. As soon as I walked away from the post office, I thought, I'm going to regret that. I'm really going to regret that. as much as I was excited about the incoming deck, I knew I was going to regret it. And then I thought, well, do you know what? I'll buy it again. That's an easy thing to do. Also, I thought. So I went online and I went to Il Meneghello and it said out of stock. And I thought, oh no. I contacted them and they said, no, we've sold all of our copies of it. I went to Tarot BG, which I used to buy lots of Il Meneghellos, and it was out of print. And at the time, I didn't think it was going to ever be in print again. And so imagine my surprise when I was talking to my lovely friend Sandra, who showed an Il Meneghello deck on her channel. And I was totally blown away because it was a pip deck. I even sent her a message, well, posted there saying, who even are you? Because, you know, I know Sandra doesn't usually like pip decks. And we got talking about Il Meneghello and that. And I mentioned how I bitterly regretted letting go of this deck. And she said, I think they brought it back. I was like, what? And then she messaged saying, actually, there's a seller on eBay selling a pristine condition. And I bought from this seller before and always been, you know, it's always been a really good purchase. So the deck, of course, is La Courte de Tarocchi. There will be a walkthrough on this on my channel, because I bought it back in, I think, 2018, maybe even 2017, and it was 2019 when I let go of it. I believe the creator of this has passed away, and yeah, I just didn't know if I'd ever get this again. So instantly I said to Sandra, if you want to purchase it, I'll send you the money straight away, which I did within minutes. And she made the purchase on my behalf and it's arrived today. They also put this little postcard in, which is quite cute, of the Three of Wands with a cat. Always handy to keep, to write little notes on and put in packages and things. I'm going to bring the camera down. I mean, I have done a full walkthrough, but I think this one deserves a bit of love again, especially now it's back. Okay. So like all Il Meneghello boxes, and I've got a little cubby with Il Meneghello, and I've got 3, 6, 9, 10 decks. So this will be my 11th Il Meneghello deck. Some of those I really love, like the Soprafino, the Vachetta, beautiful, beautiful decks. And this one I really like. It is unusual in terms of its card shape. They are kind of long and thin, like bookmarks, but it's gorgeous. I believe from memory that it was created in the 1990s originally, and as I say, it's been in and out of print ever since. So on the side it says La Courte de Tarocchi, and it's Anna Maria di Onofrio, and somebody, it might have been Giselle or Sandra, had mentioned that they believed that Anna Maria had passed away. And it's Il Meneghello Milano. The waxes drip there. Look how authentic that is. Love it. So they all have these kind of wax seals on there. 2-part box, quite sturdy. Cards just jumped out. Yeah, really sturdy. All of their decks are handcrafted, which always gives that nice kind of personal touch. Again, really sturdy box. It's a chunky deck, as you can see. We have the certificate of authenticity here. This is number 1943 of 2000. I'm not sure, I mean, this is 2018. It could have been 2018. It was either end of 2018 or beginning of 2019 when I traded my copy. But I believe there are other versions. It doesn't say which edition. Oh, it does. I think that will be that. So 3rd edition. That's cool. It is a lovely, lovely hand finished card. Don't know if you can see, but the green in it is like a beautiful. You can feel, oh, gorgeous. These are the backs, which are beautiful. I don't know why I'm showing this, but look at the colour saturation difference, because when you get handmade decks, they're not, you can just see, look how pale this one is to that. And there's usually a little card in that says any imperfections are not errors. That's part of the charm of buying a handcrafted deck, as you see here. Now, because this is a second-hand deck and it is in pristine condition, I agree, they're not going to be in order, but this just shows you some of the images. Look, Temperance there. We have our coins, our Queen, Cavalier. Just look, I'm so happy to have this back again. Beautiful. It's smaller than I originally remember. I seem to remember them being a little bit longer. I don't think the size has changed though. I mean, they are taller than a standard tarot, but a lot narrower, as you can see here. But the quality is, look at the moon card. Is that beautiful? With all the different moon phases and the face in the middle. The sun. This deck brings me joy. Three. So it's kind of, I think it's just like being shuffled once, because that's 3 cards together, 3, 4 and 5. Our swords, 3 again. Our Magician card. The High Priestess. The colour tones in this is just, you feel, even though this is a deck that's what, 30 years old, you feel like you're holding something a lot older than that. Love it. A full card. There's the Hermit. Love the Hermit card in this deck. And I believe that if you did want to get this deck, and they are only sold in batches, you never know which batch is going to be their last one, but you can buy it directly from Il Meneghello. I have used them in the past, and I've also used Tarot BG, who stock a lot of their decks as well. I did find that Tarot BG shipped a lot quicker than Il Meneghello. Here's our death card, La Morte. Look at the colours. So this, the Tower, this is never, beautiful star card. This is never leaving my collection again, ever. For anybody who says to me, I'll trade you for La Courte, it ain't happening. It's taken me at least 6 years to get this again. And it kind of poses a question really as to, you know, particularly if you are watching this and you're a tarot collector, or you've got a few decks in your possession, have you ever let a deck go? Either, oh look at this for the World card, either by trading or selling or just gifting it to somebody, and you think, do you know what, it's better with you than it is with me, and then regretted doing so. And if so, what do you do in that moment? Do you, if it is still available, do you rebuy it? Do you just think, well, c'est la vie, I've let it go, and that's that? I guess that's where I was with this, thinking that I couldn't buy it again because it's gone out of print. And you know what it's like, a deck goes out of print and then they appear on auction sites for just crazy amounts of money, which I wasn't prepared to do. And I'm glad I didn't, because here it is, you know, I bought it at a reasonable price. I think only 30 something pounds for an indie deck. That's not bad. Like I said, it wasn't from a seller on, as in Il Meneghello or Tarot BG. It was from a private seller on an auction site that Sandra knew. Ah, it's just gorgeous. I am so happy. Look at that for the Ace of Cups. Isn't it beautiful? So, yeah. Do you have this deck? I know it's been around a while now. I love how the edges are just, every card is unique. Really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts, or if you have it, do you use it? I've seen it mentioned a few times on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna reacquaint myself with it and start pulling some cards from this and doing spreads, because they do, you know, they do lay down beautifully because of their shape as well. They don't take up a great deal of space. Really nice. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you, Sandra, as well, for making this possible by letting me know that it was A, back, and B, there was a seller that you trusted to buy it from that was selling it at a decent price, and then making it happen for me. Thanks, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.